Hi, this is David. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Azure Notebooks to deploy Jupyter Notebooks to the cloud for free. To do this, I navigate to notebooks.azure.com in a browser, and then there'll be a sign in here. I've already signed in, but if you want to get started, just sign up and you can start using these for free. If I click on Get Started, you'll see there are a bunch of sample notebooks in here already. And these are really good for learning Jupyter Notebooks, for learning things like machine learning and some of the common things you might do with Jupyter Notebooks. Here's one on an introduction to Python, which shows the code. And what you'll see here is that a Jupyter Notebook is a combination of formatted text and executable code. So here's an example of some formatted text here with some header 1 and header 2 and body text. Here's an example of some executable code and the output of that code. Now if I go back here, I've already signed in, so I can go to my account by clicking on Profile and select Libraries, and it'll show my libraries. And from here I can create my own new library. I'm going to create one. I'm going to call it GCast Lib. How about that? And that's the name of it. I need a URL. The URL will be notebooks.azure.com/dgr/library/ whatever I type in here. I'll call that also GCast LIB. And I can make that public and allow anybody to navigate to that and see my Jupyter Notebooks that I've created, so I can share what I'm doing. Now in here there's just an empty README file, but I want to create Jupyter Notebooks. I can do so right here by clicking the New button. And I can upload one from my computer, I can copy it from another URL, or I can create a brand new one here. That's what I'm going to do. I'll call this my GCast demo notebook. And I can create a blank one, or one that defaults to a language like Python or R or F#. I'm going to select Python 3.6, click on that, and there it is right there is my notebook. And if I open it up, it's going to fire up a notebook server, which is just an engine for running my executable code and formatting my text. Understands Jupyter. So right here you see that this is Python 3.6, and I have one empty cell. So in this cell, what I can do is I can copy some Python code, and I have some right here. I'll just grab this code here. It's a variable name file name. I'm going to set it out to this archived CSV file that has some forest fire data in it from UC Irvine. Actually, the data is stored at UC Irvine, but the data itself is on fires in Portugal, I think. And then I'm going to import a library, a popular Python library called Pandas, which is really good for manipulating data files. And I'll just run that. I'll click that button right there. I can hit Shift-Enter. We'll do the same thing. You see, now it ran. There's no output of this one here. If I wanted to output something, I could say print hello and run that one, and it comes out with hello, things like that. Or I could put some math in here, 3 + 2. Run that, and so on. I can use this file. You notice I've created a variable here, and I've imported library here. Those are available in other cells as well. So for example, I can use the Panda library to read in this file name, and then I can display the header records. By default, that'll be the first 5 rows of that CSV file. Or I could do the last 5 rows. Or if I want to, there's an optional parameter on each of these. I can go back up here and change it to 10 and run it again, and I get the first 10 rows, and so on. If I want to do some formatted text, I want to do that in Markdown. So what I'll do here is I will insert a cell. Let me go up to the top and insert a cell above the top, and then I'll add some Markdown. Notice right here that cell is going to run some code. I don't want code, I want Markdown. So now this cell is going to be interpreted as Markdown, and I can add things like demo notebook defaults to Python, but it also can do Markdown. And when I run this right here, you see that it's formatted as expected. There are all kinds of resources on using Markdown out on the web. In this demonstration, I've showed you how to use Azure Notebooks to create a brand new Jupyter Notebooks library and to add a Jupyter Notebooks to that library, all for free. This is David. Thank you for watching.